around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'ma talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C-notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper. You don't know me, homie, I rob my own neighbor with a clock around my neck with a style that's so flavor. Give me the loot is just an understatement. I'm about to take your bank and put it in my basement. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Say, take money, money, take money, money, money. Take money, money, take money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'ma talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. The root of all evil, I don't agree with that. It's hard to do when you riding around with 10 racks. Golden Arches, St. Louis, I'm the Big Mac. St. Petersburg, Russia, you can find it on the map. I'm so cold I could spit the snow. That's why they call me Nitro with the nicest flow. On the real, man, I hate it when they call me bro. It's getting on my nerves like these bills and these haters, yo. Chill, a grown man with a loaf of bread. I keep a stack of Benjis right under my bed. Check it, my shoebox is the stash spot. I used to keep my scratch at my dad's house. I got a deadline, so I need the cake. I need a plan, so my duck is gonna try to escape. Yeah, I'm always looking for the currency, a large amount, call it a pretty penny. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'ma talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. You got a $5 bill, put your hands up. You got a $10 bill, put your hands up. You got a $20 bill, put your hands up. You got a $50 bill, put your hands up. Holla, holla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need the Skrilla on the Rilla.
Going on? You guys like the country tunes, I think. Clint likes the country tunes, but Clint's music choice is not like everyone else's, I guess. Anyways, guys, we got another, looks like we got another one-day bull market here. Let's jump on in. What's going on? Franco, I love when Franco's here, obviously. DK, Clint, square dancing by myself right now. Clint, where's your wife? You gotta bring her in, man. Incog said, is this country style dancing? I like that song. I like that song. There's no words to it. And I guess we probably should stop playing the other song. You know what I mean? I'm getting old of that other one. I'm getting sick of the other one. DK, didn't ARB have some FUD? ARB's got some unlocks. Kind of like every other altcoin out there. You know what I mean? What's going on, Amrit? What's going on, Nick? What's going on, guys? Bitcoin's getting a little move up, down, up, down. It's a freaking roller coaster for the past month. It's definitely been a freaking roller coaster. Franklin said, yo, I miss my fingers down my spine. Me too, man. Me too. Today's not a fingers down my spine day. But, you know, could there be some fingers down the spine days coming in the future? Absolutely. But will we see a little bit of a short squeeze for Bitcoin up a little bit higher as the CPI came in a little bit hot, which I guess was kind of expected, right? We kind of expected inflation to go higher. And now everyone's kind of bearish, shorting. Could you see a little bit of a short squeeze to wipe out the little shorters first? And then we get a little bit of a move down? Maybe. We'll talk about that today. What's going on, Ajay? Multiple personalities, sir. What's going on, buddy? How's Horse Guy feeling today? Horse Guy today, what did he do today? Let's see. Horse Guy, come on, man. Let's see what you're thinking today, man. Guys, I am feeling kind of bearish. Inflation's going back up, so I am feeling bearish. So I shorted Bitcoin today, but the market went up. It makes no sense. Why is the market going up when inflation is going up? That is bearish. This market makes no sense. We pump on bad news and we dump on good news. It makes literally no sense. I am sick of this market. I am going in bonds and T-bills. Yes, I will make 5% on my cash, and that is safe. I cannot trade this market. I am dumb. I eat hair, and I am so stupid. I admit it. So, I'm going to invest all my cash in savings and make 5% like a noob. Okay? Bye, guys. Later. All right, Horse Guy's going in cash. He's done with this market. So maybe we get a little bit of a move up now. What's going on? Jim, what's going on, buddy? Dan, what's going on, bro? What's going on, man? Bath, what's going on, bro? Dan, I probably work more than you, man. Just saying, bro. What's going on, Skill? Joey? Ajay, what's going on, man? Toe? Joey? Clint? I love when everyone's in here, even during the depression phase of the market, man. Let's go. 0.5 savings, he means. It's going to be back to that soon. Right now, you get the 5%. You get the 5% in your savings. You get 5% in all like the financial stuff. You get a bunch of shit, man. You get a bunch of shit. JH is going to be another lower high just to continue the dumperoni. In my opinion, yeah. Well, we'll talk a little bit of this. Boot, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, man. Get an EBT card, Dan. You know I gotta clap back at Dan a little bit, man. You know I gotta clap back at him a little bit. You know, Dan, you coming to Vegas next time again? I hope you come, man. And this next time will be more fun, hopefully, because we're gonna plan on doing it when the market's going up, not when it's going down like last time. Last time everyone's like, yeah, I'm coming, bro. I'm coming to Vegas. And the market came down and everyone canceled. So hopefully this next time we do it when the market's fun, so everyone can come and have some fun. You know what I mean? No fudge rounds for you. You get 5% with Robinhood. Yeah, you get 5% of Robinhood too. Anyways, let's talk some Bitcoin. So right now, so we had inflation come out this morning, guys. Not that I guess we all knew inflation was going to pop back up. I mean, that was already kind of priced in. It came in a little bit harder than expected. That shit's already priced in, though. We already knew that was going to be the case. So I think right now what you're seeing is a lot of people were set up short because, you know, they don't know the market's forward-looking. So I actually think that Bitcoin could squeeze a little bit higher here, up to this like 27.2 level, which basically would be what it's done since we've been in this downtrend, right? What's Bitcoin done, right? Ever since it started this downtrend, it's basically dumped, came back up to the 200 EMA, dumped, got back up for a candle, dumped, got back up for a candle, dumped, right? Came back up for a candle, dumped. My take is, and what we've done in this whole downtrend is everyone gets a little bit overzealous on the shorts, and we don't wait for that spike up. And in my opinion, I think this would catch a lot of people off guard if Bitcoin actually pumped to like here, which is the 702 retracement, which is above the 200 EMA, where everyone will get super bullish. And then we get to this like order block right here, where we have some candles here, a little resistance coming in right there, probably for a move down like this. That's my guess. And you kind of fill in all this inefficiency right here on the chart. That's my guess. We all guess on the short-term time frames. Who the frick knows? But if I had to guess, that's probably what happens in the short term. And we kind of just make a lower high. I think that the only thing that would be bullish is if we see something like this. If we see Bitcoin move up, come back down, hold this as support, and start moving back up again, right? That's probably where this looks pretty bullish. And then you could probably shoot for higher prices if it does something like that, right? Up, down, retest, continue up. That's probably when it looks bullish. But I mean, at this moment, it's hard for me to get uber bullish at the moment, just because we really haven't gone anywhere yet, you know? So that's really all I can say about that. No joke. Staying at the Bellagio. This time I won't get kicked out of my hotel. Maj, are we going to get kicked out of the hotel next time? She said, let's see. She said, let's see.
Bruh.
She said we might get kicked out again. Trophy, what's going on, man? Talk to me dirty, daddy. Oh, man. I'll talk to you dirty. Hold on. Where is he? Where is my guy? Daddy! Daddy, why do you keep saying Bitcoin's gonna go down, Daddy? You should be in timeout. You always tell me not to swear. You saying Bitcoin go down is swearing. You go in timeout, Daddy. I want a toy. You said I could get a toy. That's the kids nowadays, man. It's like they have a temper tantrum. Kids having a temper tantrum like, but Daddy, I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. No. And the dad goes, listen, if you stop crying, I'll get you a friggin' toy. All right? We'll go to Toys R Us right now. We'll get a toy. Just stop crying. I can't deal with it. All right? But Daddy, I want 2 toys. 2. And then they give him 2 toys to stop crying. That's the parenting nowadays. If I did that back in the day, my mom would be like, you shut the frick up right now. If you don't shut the frick up, I'm taking your PlayStation away for 30 days. And she would. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy, man. Isn't the Bellagio still in the middle of the Cybertruck hack? I don't know, man. I have no clue, dude. 4 years after getting kicked out of the second casino. True, man. The second casino, so we'll probably do early 2025 is my guess, hopefully. If things go how we think they're going to go, right? Bitcoin does the 4-year cycle, hopefully. Early 2025, we can start doing this, planning this Vegas trip for early 2025. Definitely not late, because we know how that ended last time. All right. Anyways, besides that, guys, I mean, it's not really too much going on. Bitcoin right now is holding the support. The weekly actually, pretty nice candle in the weekly. Still could see this spike up, get a little short squeeze going on before ultimately coming lower. I still think we're going to see a lower high. Even if this goes up higher, I still see this coming into a lower high. Not making any type of higher high, going for above 31K at the moment. I just doubt it. And if you look at what we did, say like same thing, like in 2019, right? We did get a spike up into that. We came back down. The only interesting thing is in 2019 we actually pumped, and then came back up to that same level, right? So like we got that initial pump, came back down, came back up, got a rejection at that same level, and then we had the COVID crash, right? So I'm curious to see what happens here. Like, if we do see some type of short squeeze up here, right? If we get rejected again at the bull market support band, right? So if we get rejected here again, that would kind of be like, and we start coming back down, this would be the exact same setup that we had in 2019 right before the COVID crash happened, which is kind of funny because then you look at like the macro picture. If we have inflation going back up, right? All this other shit, right? Credit card debt at all-time highs, auto loans defaulting at all-time highs, all this shit that's going on in the background would kind of set up for something similar eventually. Once again, do we know? No. Do I want to count on something like this happening again? No. But I think, once again, still having some cash on the sidelines to be able to buy something like that is important, in my opinion. And that's it, right? Keeping the Bitcoin at each stash. If they do go lower, just make sure we have cash on the sidelines to buy the dip. That's really it. Just don't fall for the fake pumps, right? I think that the one thing we can do is, it's okay to think it's going higher. That's fine. Just don't be buying into the pumps. That's where you get yourself wrecked. If you're buying at support, fine. But if you see Bitcoin pump 10% tomorrow, right, it's not time to buy into that 10% candle, you know? That's my point with this. Besides that, a lot of the same shit. I mean, there's not really much else to say, really. Besides, I think a little bit of short squeeze makes some sense back to the upside. Solana, it's in a downtrend, man. Altcoins are the same. Listen, let's go look at Sol, right? A lot of FUD on Sol right now. What's today? Today's when FTX can sell their soul. No pun intended. They already sold their soul a long time ago. You know what I mean? They literally sold their soul. SBF is sitting in jail right now going, he's probably going, no, daddy. Wait, no. This is probably SBF in jail right now. Daddy. Yeah, daddy. Yeah, daddy. Listen, yeah. Give it to me harder. When I get out of jail, I'll hook you up with a bunch of FTT tokens. Yeah. That's probably what he's doing in jail right now. He already sold his soul. But, listen, it's been in a downtrend since July. It's gonna have green candles. It's not just gonna go straight down. So what I think is gonna happen here is it's gonna probably get a little bit of a short squeeze. Why? Because everyone thinks it's gonna go down today because you have the FTX selling their coins. But they're not selling them at once. People think that, they're just gonna sell $200 million in Solana tomorrow. It's not how it works. They do it over time. You know what I mean? So I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin get a short squeeze. Get some of the short squeezes on some of these altcoins because everyone thinks they're just going to dump instantly. It's not how it works. It's going to be a slow, gradual process. So to see Solana get a little bit of a short squeeze, maybe back up to like 20, 21 bucks, wouldn't surprise me, but I still just think it's going to be a lower high. And then it's going to go lower, right? And then we're going to have another one. It's going to be alt season, right? And I think eventually it comes back down to like $10, $11. Eventually. I don't know when. It could be next week. It could be 6 months from now. I don't know. But I think it eventually comes back down there. You're going to have little rallies, right, where we get called alt season for the 100th time, right? I don't know. At some point it will come true. I just don't think it's now. This doesn't look like a bottom structure to me. To me, this looks like a range, right? We broke through the top of the range, right? Typically, when you break through the top of the range, you're going to visit at least the lows of the range. So I'm expecting somewhere down here, eventually for Sol. I don't know when, right? There's no way to predict time, but I'm going to predict it's happen sometime before the halving, which the halving is about 6.5 months. So I'm going to project it's going to be somewhere in the next 6.5 months. Who knows, though? Most of Solana's not being released from FTX until 2027. Exactly, man. Exactly. It's not just going to dump 50% in one day. You know what I mean? So that's why it would be a perfect time. Let's come up, squeeze some shorts. We got a little bit of deviation at the low here. As soon as we got right here and we got back above these lows, that was probably a good time to get a little bit of a long to come back up, right? 27.2 makes some perfect sense, you know? Does it work with OBS? Yeah. Loving the sexy comb over. Thank you, your mom. I appreciate it. It is kind of a sexy comb over, isn't it? Thank you, thank you. Who else thinks my comb over is sexy? Actually, lately I haven't really been doing it. I've kind of just been letting it fall. You know? I've been letting it fall. Because I've been told it looks sexier with no stuff in it. That's why I've been letting it fall naturally. Because it's always better natural, right? As guys, we know, right? We've had this weird talk before. Is anyone in the chat like the fake shit when girls do the fake shit, right? Anyone in the chat? We're all men in here. There's probably maybe one girl in here. It's the bear market. Does anyone really, right, like the fake shit on women? You know that's not true. You know the answer is no. You know it's no. Anyone? Literally, if you do, let me know. It's all about that natural shit, you know? No fake lips, no fake tits, no fake ass, no fake cheeks. That's like the lips is the worst one. Cheeks is second. Makes you look like a freaking alien. I hate that shit, man. I'm gonna be like, okay, if there's any, like I said, I probably say there's a 0% chance there's a girl that has any type of plastic surgery that's in the chat looking at crypto stuff right now. But if there is, no offense, it looks horrible though. I'm just gonna be honest. It's better to be honest than lie. You know what I mean? Don't know why, but it does it for me. James, what? Come on, man. Hell no. No. James likes the fake shit. I like the fixed nose. Dude, come on, guys. Don't fall for this. Definitely none of the above. Lips is so bad. Dude, the lips is horrible. And that's the same thing for guys, right? Let the hair fall naturally. You know? Let it fall naturally. You know what I mean? I don't know. What's a fake thing that guys get? Some guys get the fake lips. I'm like, dude, that looks even worse. When the guy gets the fake lips, oh my god, you look like the dump it guy. Hold on, do I still have that on here? I don't. Shit, you look like the freaking dump it guy, right? There you look like this. Dump it. What if I came on stream and I look like this one day? This looks horrible. Looks like I had that suction cup thing on my lips, and I yeah, or I got stung by a bee on the damn lips. Anyways, Bitcoin's trying to come up a little bit. We'll see what happens here. I think either way we're gonna spike back above this 200 EMA, right? We're gonna spike back above this EMA. Once we get up here, typically what I think is gonna happen is you're gonna hear all the bulls screaming again, just like they were right here and right here, but it's just gonna be a lower high again. That's why the feet don't lie. The feet don't lie. Dude, nowadays, you know, maybe people getting fake feet too. Maybe people getting fake feet. Who knows, dude? Simon said don't mind the fake melons, but nothing else. The fake melons. No, I think the fake melons are pretty bad too. You know? It just something about them, man. Watch for the wasp. George has bee sting on his hand. What are you talking about, Franco? Are you making fun of George's hand? George has the opposite problem with his lips. You know what I mean? You're never going to worry about George having the fake lips. That's for sure. Some chapstick. Maybe. Maybe. My lips are always chapped, too. I always have boogers on my nose. That's my problem. All right. I always got boogers on my nose and shit. Whatever. Jordan has fake nipples? No, I have George nipples, man. They ain't fake, trust me. They look like George's face. One day I'll show you the nipples. At what price should I show you guys the nipples? I will show you guys. All right, let's do this. Bitcoin gets back above 30K. I will show you my George nipples live. We got a deal? Bitcoin gets back above 30K. We're releasing the George nipple picture. At least a picture of them. Right? We'll get it shot. Right? Maybe we'll draw some eyes on it. But we'll do the Jordan picture. You know what I mean? All right. Besides that, stock market. You guys know my take. Well, like, okay, maybe short term we get a move up, which is fine. Bigger picture, I'm still kind of bearish though, and it all has to do with the stock markets, right? Being at a level where, okay, maybe this breaks higher, right? Maybe. But I've been burned doing this in the past, being bullish and thinking that resistance is just going to break, right? Sometimes it does, but often than not, resistance is resistance, right? So this is the chart that we've talked about this the last few weeks, this is the chart that has me a little bit cautious, right? Not necessarily like it's the end of the world, and you see Bitcoin at 3K and the stock market dumped 80%. No, I'm not talking about that. But I am talking about when you look at where this is the S&P versus the money supply, which I think is a fantastic chart. It's like it's basically told you where to sell the S&P or stocks. It's basically told you where to sell those. And if you look at 2001 before the major crash, in the middle of the major crash, 2007 right before the crash, right? March of 2020 right before the crash, December 2021 right before the crash, and now you have the S&P back at that same level. Once again, I would love if this breaks up, because that means that great days are coming for all markets. That means we're all going to be freaking rich if this breaks higher, right? That's perfect. But I'm cautious here, because we've seen it hit this level 5 times. And if the S&P does do something like this again, where it comes down like this, you best bet Bitcoin's coming down with it. We can all be hopium and say that Bitcoin's going to decorrelate. It ain't going to happen, all right? Don't listen to the moon boys that think that Bitcoin's going to decorrelate from the stock market. If the S&P does this again, Bitcoin's going down too. Just being a realist, right? So just be cautious here. That's all I'm saying. What could cause this? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Usually things that cause like something like that is something that you can't predict. It's something random, but just be cautious here, right? I think that's the best thing you can do. Once again, not being uber bearish. Don't turn into a perma bear, right? I'm not a perma bear, but I am keeping a decent cash position on the sidelines and stable coins on the sidelines in case something like that happens again, right? Because I've been there before where we have a major crash and I don't have the money that I want to throw into the market on a major crash, right? I've been there before, and that's the worst. Where you see people picking up massive deals and you got nothing, right? And you just can't buy that like you want to. I'm not going to make that same mistake again, right? Jordan's Crypto Nipples NFT project soon. Yes, I am starting my own NFT project, guys, okay? And I'm going to tell you right up front, okay? No, dude. Crypto Twitter and everything, dude, people are just dude, you can tell it's the depression phase in the market right now. Everyone just fighting. Everyone's saying, you rugged this coin, you rugged that coin, you did this, we got scandals, we got this going up. It's like, relax, guys, relax. Crypto Twitter is going nuts, literally going nuts. And I could rant all day about shilling coins and all this stuff. Here's my take, guys, okay? Don't be one of those guys. I need a rant alert here.
Rant alert.
Don't be one of those weak sauce people that sit on crypto Twitter all day. I can't stand these people, man. Listen, if you shill a coin and you rug it, you're a bad person. I'll say that. That's why you'll never see me make a coin or get in some super low crap project and just and do something like that. That's people have made a lot of money doing that, but once again, it always comes back and bites you. It'll come back and bite all those people at some point, right? I know it will. They're awesome now, but it's going to come back and bite them. It already is right now, actually. Because karma's a bitch. It is. It's great. You could do that. Here's my take, guys. Those people suck, but don't be the guy on crypto Twitter who sits there all day and goes, "You shilled coin! You shilled! You're a bad guy!" And then you go to the next person, "You shilled coins! You shilled it! It's all your fault I lost money! I blindly bought the coin you shilled, and it dumped! It's your fault! It's totally not my fault for buying it! It's you! You!" Don't be that guy. That's just being a super weak, frail bitch. I'm just going to be honest. Take responsibility for your own decisions. If you buy a low cap coin and it rugs, that's on you. Okay? Because you should know there's a very high percent chance that coin's going to be a rug. Don't blame other people. I've been rugged on a shitload of shit. You know what I mean? But it was my fault for doing it. And you always know when you buy something low cap or something like that, you always know in the back of your head that you know there's a chance that's going to go to zero. You know that. So take responsibility for your own actions. I can't stand that shit, man. When people just I can't stand that shit, man. Take responsibility for your own actions. Until you do that, you're not going to have any success in any markets, because if you're constantly blaming other people for your decisions, you're never going to trust your own decisions. You're just going to, I'm going to blindly follow this person, right? And, you don't know if that person's going to rug on you or not. You don't know if they're lying to you. And if you just constantly listen to other people instead of doing your own shit and take responsibility for your own actions, you're just going to consistently have those things happen to you, you know? If you buy something and it rugs, it's your fault. Just accept it. Accept it's your fault. Move on. Don't sit on Twitter all day. You know what I mean? Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy. That was me after Banana Gun wrecked. I'm just being honest, man. Don't be that guy. I'm so proud of my pizza purchase. Dude, you know how many... I've seen so many of the coins that I buy go to zero. And it sucks, man. It sucks. There was a lot of them, man. You know, but that's a part of crypto. You got it. You know, with better reward comes better risk. But people forget that sometimes. People think you're just going to buy crypto and there's no risk. It's just all upside. No, sometimes the projects go to zero, man. That's just the way it is. Anyways, my rant's over. Rant over, man. Kennedy said, I made a lot of bad decisions lately. Well, everyone's made bad decisions, man. You know, anyone who says they didn't is a liar, first of all. Complete liar. If there was someone who was right 100% of the time, they would be the richest person on earth. Right? If someone made a right decision every single time, they would be the richest person on earth, because they would just take every trade that they knew and win every single time. So if the person you're following says they're a beast, they never lose, they're a liar, because why aren't they the richest person in the world yet then? Right? Right? I'm just saying. Yo, JBH. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. You mean to tell me Palm Doge is going to make it, right? Yes, Palm Doge is going to make it. Anyways, my rant's over. Bitcoin trying to get a little squeeze up. But yeah, that's my rant on crypto Twitter, guys. Crypto Twitter right now is just super toxic. There's a reason I haven't posted on Twitter, I don't think, in like months. I can't stand that. I can't stand Twitter, man. I hate Twitter. You know what it is? I hate things that I type. You know what I mean? I can't. I've never been a big texter. I can't stand things that I type unless like I really want to do that. I can't stand any of that type of shit. I hate text format. I hate that shit, man. Anyways, and it's all just for engagement. Oh, look at this. I got the super bullish chart. Let's get engagement. You know what I mean? Oh, I got the super bearish chart. Let's get engagement. It's all a bunch of fluff, you know? 26,377. Like I said, guys, if I had to guess, Bitcoin takes out this 200 EMA, bulls start screaming again, and then it rolls over here like this. That's my guess. Something like that. I could be wrong, though. Maybe this pushes higher. Who knows? NASDAQ, finding a little resistance here at this major level here, right? So previous high, we came back down, we swung above it, swing fail, came back down, are retesting it as resistance now. This could be an interesting point if the NASDAQ starts rolling over here. We do have a gap down here, and we still have this huge gap down here. Still have this big gap down here too on the NASDAQ. So I am bearish on the stock markets here. Not afraid to say it, but we'll see. Bitcoin is squeezing up though.
Strap up, we're going to the moon.
Let's go, man. Long until the bulls start getting horny. You know what I'm saying? So when you start to see Jordan get horny, that's when we should short. Rant alert. I envy you. Twitter sucked me in, trying to break it. Twitter is brutal, man. Twitter is that's it's very different than YouTube, right? Because you know why it's different than YouTube? It's because on YouTube usually people show their face, so they kind of have to be a little transparent. On Twitter, it's just people with NFTs as their pictures, just posting whatever they want with no consequences, right? It's different. It's different. The gap at 9.6K, there is a gap at 9.6K incog, you know, and, you know, that's one that we always forget about there. But I don't think we go that low. That would be ridiculous. My opinion still stands. I think the bottom is in for Bitcoin, but I do think there's still a possibility we could spike down to like 20K, 19K, fill the gap, because we have a gap down there at like 20K too. For all the gap boys. Bath said new high after London closed. Let's run it up till 4 p.m. Bath, let's do this shit, man. Let's do this shit. Let's get this. Crypto Keef said, I hate Twitter too. I like X. Yeah. Horseman says we go to 32K, so I believe him. Yeah. Yeah. Do the Dutch guy, Crypto. I haven't even seen his videos and so on. I haven't seen his. Oh, who's Dutch? Who's the Dutch guy? Rover? I don't think it's Didi. I don't think they would be talking about him. I don't know who that is, unfortunately. So I can't do him. Sendies get the tendies. Data Dash still thinks we're going to 12K. Yeah, it's possible, man. Listen, everyone has an opinion. Does anyone really? Listen, no one knows shit about F, right? Like, I guess you can have an idea, right? So my take on markets is you can be bullish or bearish. You can think the market's going to go lower from a certain point or higher from a certain point. But to try to predict the level, dude, good luck. Good luck. No one's going to try to predict the level. Perfect example is, right? So like over here, you could have been bearish on Bitcoin, right? And thought it was going to go lower after the FTX crash. Dude, right here, when Bitcoin went to like 15,500, everyone was calling for 14, right? 14, 10, all that shit, right? So like no one knows the level you're going to get a bounce. There was like almost no one calling for 15,500. You know what I mean? Like I just saw no one calling for that for the low. It was either the low was already in at 17K, right? Which at the time I thought it was, right? We went slightly lower, that's fine. But, or people thought it was going to go significantly lower. There was no one calling for this for the low. It's kind of my example, right? Is, okay, that's great. You could be bearish for Bitcoin here, right? You could be thinking it's going to go to 10, 8, 12, 14, 20. Does anyone really know? Absolutely not. You're based, in my opinion, you're guessing on which level it's going to bounce from, right? At a certain point. That's why it's important. I think it's important to watch the market, have your levels planned, right? And just play each level by level, right? Don't try to predict too far in advance, calling for 6K Bitcoin right now. What? Like, you have no evidence it's going to go to 6K. You're just pulling the number out of your ass. You know what I mean? It's like the bulls that call. You guys ever see those articles come out? And this is one of my biggest pet peeves too. It's like out of nowhere, you'll just see this random company says Bitcoin will go to 250K in 2025. Where are you pulling that number out of your ass? You have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna pull a number out of my ass. Bitcoin is gonna go to 161,323, right? That exact number in 2025. Yeah, it is, based off my analysis. 161,323.2 and 21 cents. Here we go. Those are my favorite articles. 360K Bitcoin by 2027. Sure, man. Those are my favorite. Can we just work on getting above 30K first? And then we'll worry about 200K. You know? I've been there though, you know. I've been there. I've done that before. And it's why now, like, you got to take it level by level. Let's break 30K. Let's at least get like one weekly close above 30K before we start calling for these ridiculous prices. You know, that's my thing. The Pats. What's going on, Mike? You're doing this trying to stream when I'm not looking to avoid talking about the Eagles beating the Pats. Well, Mike, you made it seem like it was going to be a foregone conclusion. The Pats played the Eagles pretty well. I have to actually be kind of worried about the Eagles now. The fact that the Pats played them pretty well, I think is actually pretty worrisome for the Eagles. The Eagles, if they're like this really good team, they should have blown them out. You know, I'm just saying. Listen, I know the Pats are a middling, fringe, probably 500 team. You know what I mean? Maybe at best. In the AFC East, they ain't making the playoffs, I'll tell you that. I know that. The fact that they played them that close, I'm worried about the Eagles now. You know? I'm worried about the Eagles, bro. We got rejected by the bull market support band. Yeah, I agree, man. This market, man. Every 1% dump videos popping out daily. I'm out. It's over. Pump. 300K next year. Exactly. Just chill. Play it level by level. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see below 20K. And I also don't think we're going to see above 40K into the halving. That's my guess. I think we're going to be pretty much flat. Right? Bulls are going to call for 100K on a 5% up day. Bears are going to call for 10K and a 5% down day. In my opinion, you're not going to see either one. It's just going to be, you know, maybe you go a little bit higher, maybe you go a little bit lower, but not any significant move for the next 6 months is my guess. Just boring price action, right? And that's really it. I'm talking about Bitcoin. Altcoins, you guys know my take of all. I mean, at this point, I think we're going to have to see some money printing to come back in to see like what we all want to see from the altcoin market, which is, you know, moon Lambos, not a 2x, you know? A 2x is good, but that's not why we're in this space for, you know? Mike said last year the Eagles did the same thing. Play like crap against the Lions week 1. Yeah. They played it to what the spread was. Vegas expected it. Vegas always gets it right somehow, man. They always get it right now, man. There was one who called the bottom. Yes, Chewy. We always know that Chewy called the bottom. Chewy is the GOAT for calling the bottom, man. He is. Data Dash, man. Data Dash. Which gap are we filling? I don't know which gap, man. There's a lot of gaps to fill, you know? If it just does this forever, I'll be a happy camper. JJ loves trading the range, man. Yeah, Bitcoin's in a nice range, man. I think right now it's, if Bitcoin just wants to do this, spike above the range, you get a nice short, play it back in. It dips lower, goes below the range, you get a nice long, right? I mean, if Bitcoin wants to do something like this, that's fine. I think the altcoin market, if Bitcoin did something like this, I think the altcoin market would still like, the altcoins will go up a little bit, and then they'll get crushed, right? And it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. If Bitcoin just wants to go sideways, that's cool too. It's just, I mean, it all comes down to what the stock markets do over the next few months, I think, right? It's all going to come down to this at the end of the day. We all could talk Bitcoin and whatever, but if stocks want to go down, Bitcoin's going to go down too. At the end of the day, right? If we want to be realistic. If stocks want to continue higher, Bitcoin's going to go higher, or at least hold, you know? Chewy is like Michael Burry. He is, man. Grant said, Jordan, how much coffee are you drinking a day? Today I had 2 big ones. I'm using this mug right here. It's pretty big. It's like almost as big as my head, you know? I had 2 of these. Usually I have 1 of these. That's it. You think they have an accent? No. Yeah. Do you think CBDCs will cause the crypto world to crash and be banned? It's a possibility. You never know. You never know. The U.S. could come out of nowhere and just ban crypto. Well, try to ban crypto and say they're going to ban crypto. They can't actually ban it, but I think if they did something like that, it would scare a lot of people away from buying stuff. You know, You can't really ban Bitcoin. That's the thing. You can't ban Bitcoin. You can't ban privacy coins like Monero. Other stuff you can, actually. Somewhat. But you can't really ban, like, you can, what they can do though is stop on-ramps. So they can basically, I don't think this is not what I think is going to happen. I actually think that this is all setting up for a push higher, basically. Right? I think the ETFs will be approved early next year. I don't really think that that's like that most bullish thing in the world. I know people think the ETF stuff is like super bullish. You know, I think it's bullish for the long term, but I've always said this, man. Just because ETFs come out does not mean price is going to go up. You need people buying the ETFs for price to go up. What if they come out with ETFs and there's not this huge demand everyone's expecting, right? To me, and I've said this too, it's like, you know, and I know this sounds backwards, but I also wouldn't be surprised if, okay, the ETF approval causes a pump, but then the ETF launch is actually the top. Because basically you're going to have the hype of the approval. Everyone's like, yeah, ETF's approved. Woohoo! Woohoo! We're going up. And then they get launched. And basically the market's pricing in all this demand and shit. And I wouldn't be surprised if the lack of demand on the ETF launch is actually the top. You know what I mean? And I know that's a contrarian take. Actually, I don't even know if it's a contrarian take at this point. But I wouldn't be surprised if within the next 6 months ETFs get approved. We have our typical little bull run. They launch. That marks the top. Boom, we go down. You know, something like that. You know. I thought he was play on Jabba the Hutt. We need to get Jabba back, man. I agree. It's brutal. I think I miss Jabba out of all my friends. You know, I do. But you know, he's on the run and he can't always come on the stream. And maybe one day he'll be back for good. Samantha and Frank Fractal should stream together. Yeah. Contrarian take, is this the top of the cycle and we spend the next 10 to 20 years heading down? The crypto shrimp. Listen, I've told you about my doomsday. I at some point I will be a perma bear. I just don't think it's yet. But yeah, at some point I will be savvy and people will hate me. At some point. I'm not there yet. I think when I look at this chart, I don't know. I feel like at some point we're still gonna see this spike up and test these highs again. But I think this could be where it gets interesting, because if you look at this chart like this, right? I don't know. This is interesting. I think this is kind of like still a sort of bullish formation. You still could get a pullback here though. I think you test this high at some point, right? But then when you come back up like this, it's probably when they print a shitload of money, right? Stocks go nuts, right? You do something like this, and then maybe that's the end of the world right there, something like that. I don't think we're there yet. Probably more like this, a little bit further down the line, like this. Yeah, something like that. Oof, brutal. Dan, my Bassin 27K waiting room. Me too, man. I think we're gonna squeeze up there. I think it makes sense. Jordan, are you aware of the fact that there are like 4 spin-offs up to your Discord? 4 spin-offs? I was not aware. Am I surprised? No. I am not surprised, man. At the state of the crypto market, I am not surprised. It's a shit. The crypto market's a shit show right now, right? I mean, you got YouTube channels fighting. You got all the crypto Twitter accounts calling each other freaking ruggers and scammers. You got people making fake Discords. Apparently, it's what you're telling me. I gotta look into that, apparently, man. And yeah, I'm not surprised, man. I am not surprised. Discord drama? Where is this Discord drama? There's always Discord drama, man. You know what? There's always going to be Discord drama. Why? Because people always disagree. That's fine. I disagree with people too. 90 Day Fiancé has 4 spinoffs? Yes. 90 Day Fiancé is a great show. We watched it yesterday. It was fantastic. Crypto is collapsing and it's not technology. And it's not good technology. Tom, you might be right, man. You might be right. Listen, sometimes I think we all have a little bit of our goggles on. You know? When, you know, I could give you guys the doomer take. And listen, a lot of people think I'm a permabull. I'm not. I am definitely not a permabull. That is for sure. When I look at this chart, okay? This chart, I think eventually starts rolling back over. And I know that that's not the popular take. I know the popular take is this chart is going to go up and we're going to have mass adoption. Listen, I've always said this, man. And I have always said this. If the price of Bitcoin wasn't going up, right? And this is just me being a realist. I am not hating on anyone, okay? If the price of Bitcoin didn't go up over time, 90% of people that you see loving Bitcoin and Bitcoin's the future and all this stuff wouldn't be in crypto. I'm just being a realist, okay? And you know, the Bitcoin maxis. If the Bitcoin chart looked like this, right? Let's flip it. Let's flip it like this. If the Bitcoin chart looked like this, do you think all these Uber crypto maxis and Bitcoin's the future, do you think all of them would still be talking about it right now? No, of course they wouldn't. You know what I mean? I think a price has to do with a lot of takes. When I look at this chart, what do I see? I see the logarithmic parabola soon turning over. And it's not trying to be a doom boy. I'm not there yet. This chart does show that we probably have at least one more spike to the upside, right? It's not just going to roll over right here, in my opinion. But it does show at some point this shit is going to come back over. You know what I mean? And one day you guys will hate me. I'm telling you right now, one day you guys will hate me. One day you guys will hate me, man. Looks like the Chili's chart for real. And what you know, listen, we're talking about random shit today because the market's still boring at the end of the day. What could cause something like that? Better technology. I mean, technology improves over time. So Bitcoin's been great the last 12 years, but there's always going to be new technology that comes out. And if there's something better than crypto, listen, what's the need for crypto if something better than crypto comes out, right? I don't know. Who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe this just like all of a sudden goes and just rips to the upside and goes to the moon. And it sees $3 million per Bitcoin. Maybe. Who knows? I could be wrong. Stop it, Doomer Bobo. Let's see. Get replaced by Doomsday AI. That's funny, man. Joe's talking about 48K, now he's bearish at the lows. No, I haven't just been bearish at the lows, man. Listen, you got to have a point where you're invalidated. You can't be biased, man. You got to be able to change your opinion. For me, it's when we broke the bull market support band right here. This is when I got cautious. As soon as we broke this, and then we had good news, and we came back and retested this, and there was no strength here, this is when I had to get a little cautious right here, right? And you got to know when, at least have a thing where you invalidate what you're looking for, right? So, like when I look at this structure, and I see a high, a swing fail of a high, a dip back below, a bearish retest, right? Listen, I have definitely a bearish bias at the moment. You know what I mean? Definitely have a bearish bias at the moment, man. All right? You got to know when at least like have an idea of when you want to flip bullish or bearish, you know, because you could have said the same thing up here, right? This is kind of the same. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this formation here, right? And tell me this does not look exactly like what we're going through right now. Just on the weekly chart. Look at this. I didn't want to show this because this is kind of a Doom Boy take too, but look, at the highs, what did we do? Made a high, came back down. Really, really good news. We swung failed the high, right? We came down. We tested those lows again. What did we do? Got to move back to the bull market support band, right? Bearish retest. We actually come up to it a few times. We came up to it once, twice, 3 times. And then what did we do? We rolled over, right? Kind of like the same thing on the weekly. And you go back to the daily, right? You had a high, you came back down, you came back up, swung fail it, came back down, bearish retest. Once, right? So here we are. Could we come back and squeeze this again? Yeah, I'm not talking about short-term shit though. Short-term short squeezes and long squeezes don't matter, right? If we get back above this, hell yeah, I think there's some good looking things there. But I mean, at the moment, this kind of looks like this, just at the daily chart. You know what I mean? I never fail to get high. Nice, Scotty. And if you could have said the same thing over here, right? It could have been, okay, we're bullish at the highs. And I made this mistake over here. We're bullish at the highs. We came back down. We bounce here, right? We could have said right here, oh, now Jordan's bearish at the lows, right? But what ended up happening, right? So was it dumb to get was it dumb to get bearish here at the time? No, it wasn't dumb to get bearish there at the time. That was the smart thing to do. Even though you dumped, you could have said, oh, that was the low. Okay, was it dumb to get bearish there? No. That was a smart thing to get bearish there. Right? And the structure is the same thing, just on the daily time frame. You could say, is it dumb to get bearish here? Maybe, yeah, maybe it is dumb to get bearish here. Who knows? But to me, it's the same thing. And that's why, am I going to be capitulating everything I have? No. Right? But I think it's very important to have cash position in case we do see this roll over and do something like this, right? Because we've seen that happen before, right? I mean, it is what it is. The down cycle repeats. Love it. Thanks for making the dogs bark. You're welcome, Dave. You're welcome, man. Oh, Lord. All right. Anyways, guys. Besides that, you had enough doomer talk. Like I said, short term, I think we do get a squeeze up, though. I think we squeeze up 27,200 seems like the sweet spot. 702 retracement. You got a little bit of price action right here. I'll probably be looking for a short here at 27.2. You know, if I'm available to do it at that time. I'll be looking for that. Other than that, I think longs until the bulls get super confident is the way to go. And we play this back down. That's my take. All right. So I'm out of here. Peace. Catch you guys later. Have a fantastic day. I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. I don't know what time I'll do it tomorrow, but I'll let you guys go. Peace out. Take care. What's today? Wednesday. Have a fantastic hump day. It's not Taco Tuesday. Fantastic hump day, guys. Later. Peace.